Hi guys! So how's my all-time favorite community ever doing today? Welcome. Welcome to all. I'm going to wait a little bit until Sandra hops on, and then I'll let her in the room. Welcome. Hello, welcome. Hi guys. Hello. Welcome. Let me know how you've been, where you're from. We'll be taking questions today. We are going to, my name's Althea, not Athena, but hello, Hindi. Hello from California. Welcome. Hello from Maui. Hello. Hi, Sandra. I'm going to let her in now. Hello, welcome. New York, India, wonderful. St. Louis. Okay, love from Las Vegas. Hello. Okay, UK, Kansas City, Switzerland, Germany, on the cold side. Netherlands, Chicago. Yeah, very cold. Hello from Norway. Hi guys. Hello Edinburgh, Scotland, Mexico. Okay, let me. Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
And you too. From the cold side of the world, you are.
Yeah, now it's cold again. Yes. The snow is back. It was actually very warm in Germany. Yes, it was very warm.
Even in Italy, this year when I was there, it was like 10 degrees over what it usually is. Everyone was saying that is not normal because it's not like a proper winter happening anymore.
No, not for real. Yeah, now it has begun. It's cold again.
Okay.
And it's warm in your country, right? Summer?
Yeah, it's very warm here, full summer, like very hot. Like it was like 35 degrees today.
Whoa.
So,
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So then you can go to the beach.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, beach, swim in the pool. So yeah, definitely a bit of a difference. But I got a bit of the winter when I was there now in December. So that was nice. I miss the cold sometimes. So
Yeah, I saw your pictures you take from Italy, right?
yes,
So you
I was
were traveling.
yeah, and I was in France for a little bit, and then also by the border between Italy and France in the mountains, which was nice in the snow.
Yes, of course. I saw this amazing picture. So the sun, wow, was very bright.
Yes, yeah, no smog there, no pollution.
Yeah, beautiful, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, many people are here, I see.
Hi guys, welcome. So I just want to start off with something. I've been clearing the whole day through my throat. It's been so funny because every time like I eat something, I've just been coughing. So it's kind of like I'm eating something and then, no, you need to clear. Oh, okay, sorry. And then I just start coughing, even if it's like, I don't know, a little piece of like nuts or I had some fruit earlier. It doesn't matter what I eat today. It's just the day where I'm clearing through my throat. So I was wondering how your day had been and if you'd noticed anything different as well.
Yeah, it was crazy today. So much chaos, and I felt also much healing and purging, yes, through my throat too. So I woke up with so a very dry mouth. Then this eye, he was completely red. So, oh gosh, what's going on? And I had very crazy dreams. So I over and over have very crazy lucid dreams. Yeah, and then I felt a lot of healing and purging too. Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
emotional.
Yes.
A lot of emotions. Yes.
And what came through to me today as well, just before I hopped on, is this: it's okay to not be okay. I think a lot of people out there, the community, you know, they see these energy workers and doing this energy work and it's love and it's light and it's all good and beautiful, but actually we purge a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's important to speak about this because not a lot of people put it out there. Everything is curated. Online is not real. You know what I mean? I think the social media is a beautiful tool that can be used to spread light and love and whatnot. But you need to remember that, yeah, this is actually the words where it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be moving through things. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel like you're at rock bottom. You're not, and if you are, you can only go higher. So that's a big thing that came through for me today to speak about.
Yes, amazing, amazing. Yeah, I received the same message for a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I feel the same. So actually people want to see authentic people on social media. I mean, we see this, so everyone shines, so we don't see how they are doing when the camera boom is off. So maybe they must cry or they live in an awful situation. Right? So it's like we just see this moment of a person. Oh, even when you upload a very short video, it's like the people, they see a short moment of your life, right? So I feel the same when I tune into the collective. People are searching up for authentic people now. It's like I feel it changes because our consciousness is changing, right? So we want to feel the connection again. And not so much this, yeah, we all put on a mask, right? It's like, yeah, so everything works perfect. Now we must see, there's so much chaos going on and we heal and purge so much. I see the same. We detach over and over from old beliefs. So even when you believed, oh, you already released it, it comes up again. No. It's like you're being tested over and over and over again. And when you experience it, you see if you're really in peace with it or not.
Yeah. Lessons to your face, and you think it's done and it's not. It gets a little bit easier, but it's still, there's still a lot. And I think a lot of people are struggling, especially in the family dynamic, because they might be seeing people going through this and they don't really know how to help them. So sending love, sending healing, connecting with the higher versions of them will assist as well. Or even if it's happening to you that, you know, you're online here or whatnot, and you're hearing this message, like, it's really okay. The only constant is change. Nothing is, you know, always static. And as you said, we are moving into higher timelines. And it's so funny, you think it's done, and actually no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not done.
There's more and more and more.
Yes, of course. And what I noticed is the more you go through it, the more it's easier for you. It's like you can stay more centered. It's not triggering you so much any longer, because it's like, okay, now you can observe. It's like you have more this observative position. You start to observe more, and you feel not attached emotionally so strong. That's what I noticed too. The more you do this healing and purging, the more you can find this deep peace. It's like it happens to you, but you are not triggered for real any longer. Do you know what I mean? It's like you integrated all aspects already. It's like you see the darkness and the light. So this is what I'm getting. This is the process right now.
Yeah.
That we are confronted so hard with our shadow side as well.
Yeah, they're integrating the polarity. And for me, something that came through very strongly, because I myself went through quite an intense timeline shift and karmic release at the end of last year. And what came through for me, well, for us who do, you know, have a voice, we do speak online, we do the lives and whatnot to really share it. They put us also through these so that we can share them with others, so that others can see that they are not alone. That's a big thing that came through for me. And it was so funny because when I tuned in, I was like, guys, like, really? Like, do I really have to go through this? Like, is this? And they were like, yeah, because part of my contract is to go through some intense experiences in order to make me a better, to an extent, energy worker, or to hold space better also for others and for myself as I move further on. So I was a little bit like, I wasn't too sure whether to share my experience. And then I went on and I shared it on a live, and it was very liberating. I cried, and I just really was vulnerable to the community and to show myself. And it was, I think, the first time that I actually cried in a live, for, releasing emotions. Like I've released in a lot of different ways. So I know you've also probably done it as well.
Yeah.
But for me,
Many
the first
times
time,
already.
yeah. So it was just an interesting approach, yeah, that came through, and also another way to connect and communicate and to show, like, guys, like, it's okay to not be okay.
Yes, of course, and because you're not okay, you are okay. So this is the trick behind all this.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I have this point of view that many times this weakness or these imperfections you have, they make you unique. It's like every scarf you have, it is a story, right? So, and I mean, we all went through our dark stages. Bless you. Releasing.
Yeah. It's been like this the whole day. The whole day, it's like there's like stingy things in my throat that I'm like, and I don't usually cough. I generally burp. So this is kind of like a bit different for me.
Yeah, we are all in this. Yes, of course. And I feel the same. So actually, it's about connection. So when we open our hearts, yes, we show our weaknesses or weakness as well. But I feel this makes us unique. So because everyone has a scarf or a wound or a dark story, right? But when you overcome this story, so I mean, you can be an inspiration for the people. So this is, I truly believe. So I went also through so many dark stages in my life, but all this darkness that made me to the person, right? So, and now I can be an inspiration for others, maybe for those which are in the same situation, or maybe they are going through the same as I once did, and now I can guide and help and inspire the people. So this is what I see, and it's just, I feel it's just a video game. And we just got a stairway back home to the prime creator. Yeah, this is how I see it. So over and over, it's the same. Yeah, we fall, we stand up. We fall, we stand up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's important, I think, to also recognize the fact that even if you're falling and stepping up, you're stepping up a little bit higher.
Yes.
So you're always, it's obviously not like this. It's more kind of like this.
Yeah.
And what I noticed is one morning you wake up and you're like, oh, wow, okay, last year at this time, I was reacting in this way. I was getting triggered by this. Now I'm not anymore. So you see the progress in the long run, but sometimes in the short run, it really can feel, this is something that I encounter a lot with my clients when they go through these intense dark nights of the soul. They're like, no, but all the work that I did and all the energy work. And I'm like, no, I promise you, you're going to integrate it. Just stay with it, move through the darker. And then, you know, once you come out from the other side, it might not, you know, integrate straight away, but you'll get to a point where you realize you're like, oh, okay, I've actually come quite far. And I think that's kind of like the validation, you know, and obviously I think it's important to know yourself. I think it does go back to that in the end. And this is what, this is something else that came up to me, because something that I always get asked is, you know, how do you channel? How do I channel? What can I do to channel? And blah, 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 and whatnot. And what I always say is, just learn to listen. And the clarity of your channel is directly proportionate to how you know yourself. So if you haven't done your work and you don't know yourself, then you're obviously going to struggle in that aspect as well. I don't know if you want to maybe add.
Yes, of course. And I feel so many of us, we are going through the ascension because our soul said yes. When your soul agreed to this process, to this ascension, it's like life is pushing you anyway. So because your soul takes the lead anyway. So it's like your surrender and your soul takes the lead. And what I recommend is when you go through this dark experiences, try to see the higher picture as best as you can. This helped me always to see, hey, even when it makes no sense now, I go through so much darkness, but at the end, you will always understand why. But when you are in this process, you don't understand why. It's like, oh, suffer so hard. Why am I suffering? Why must I go through all this? But then 1 year later, 2 years later, you understand why. And then everything made sense. And it was just helping you to expand your consciousness. So maybe you shine brighter. So this is over and over and over the same cycle. And I see the same. It's like we got to stairway higher. Then you go a few steps. Yeah. And then up. It's like to jump higher again. Yeah. It's over and over the same. This is so interesting because there's always so much to learn. I feel I don't know, there is no end for real, even for us truthers, starseeds and light workers. So there's always so much to discover and so much to learn. So and we all got the stairway slowly higher. We are falling, we are jumping higher again. And sooner or later, yeah, maybe we are back home to the prime creator. And until then, we go through our adventures and we are all discovering so much.
Yeah. I think it's just really about having that understanding of unity as well. And as we heal ourselves, we heal others, and, and so on, and being in that divine union with source, which brings you to the space of compassion, the heart center. But yeah, exactly as you said, like when you're in the middle of it, it's difficult, but understanding that life happens for you and not to you. The universe is always conspiring to help you. Always. It's like our natural state is of abundance. Do you know what I mean? This is something that people struggle with, because of society and lack mindset and programming and things like that. But really, the universe, like they want to help you. Your guides want to help you. You need to ask them. They're not going to come help you unless you ask them. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing. People are like, oh, but my guides, they're not helping. Yeah, but are you asking them? Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So, yes, many Starseeds are struggling. That's true, because many of us, we grow up very alone and isolated. It's like we feel very familiar to be alone, right? So it's like it's normal for us to do with everything alone. We do everything alone. We have to deal with everything alone. So then we are simply afraid to receive. Many Starseeds have this. It's like we are always in support to others. We help others, right? So we know exactly what the people need. We please the people. But we are so afraid to have something for ourselves. I feel that's also a very deep program. And I feel it's the same with your spirit guides, that many starseeds are afraid to ask for help. It's the same program. It's like, no, I'm not allowed to receive. So I must help the people. I must work harder on myself. So we are so afraid to receive abundance. Yeah. Because many of us, we learned it from the early age. We must be there for others. We must please others. Yeah, and that's a very good point about the spirit guides as well, because they don't help you when you don't ask them, because they're even not allowed to do so.
Yeah, it's
they accept your free will. So our team is accepting our free will. Maybe the destructive ones not. They do it anyway, or they give you orders. That's the big difference to your guides, because they send you basically so much love. You feel very touched in your heart. It's like homecoming. And when the dog wants to contact you, it's like they give you orders, or it's really draining your energy, or they give you orders like kill your neighbor or something like this. And our team would never do this.
Yeah, there's a lot going on out there, definitely.
Yes, of course, because many starseeds are afraid to channel now, because there's so much happening behind the scenes, right? So people are afraid, oh gosh, I hope I don't talk to a hologram or to an AI entity or something, right? So many starseeds are afraid now to channel, because I feel there's so much happening in the spiritual community too, so much division. Yeah, it's like when I watch this content, what I do is I just watch myself, what happens to me. So when it drains my energy, when I feel confused, confusion. I know many starseeds are completely confused, right? Too. So, and when it drains your energy, I simply detach from this content, because it's not helping me. So it's not helping me. It's like, okay, so I must decrease the frequency to get access to this information. So when it drains my energy, I feel it's not the right information. And when I'm confused, so then I'm pretty sure this is it comes not from the heart, right? From deep peace and love. So then it's confusion or fear-based consciousness or whatever, and I simply detach from it. So this is what I tell my community over and over again, because many are afraid now to channel.
Yeah, I was speaking to this colleague about, I think it was just before Christmas, and she's also a channeler and energy worker, and she was also saying how, because we are all shifting into these higher timelines on a planetary level, then it's kind of almost like entities and attachments from the lower ones have broken out and released, and things that were stuck in between the third and fourth dimensional density now have opened up and released, because we're rising above and into the fourth one. Well, we already there as a plan, but we're going there. So it's kind of almost like Some of them have gone obviously into the light. Some of them are looking for hosts. Some of them are looking to create confusion, to create division. So it's actually a big problem in the community right now. Like I saw it especially in December and in January. Like even for me, like I only have a few people that I follow and that I trust, and whatnot. And what I follow will be different from someone else, and from someone else, it's important to use your own discernment. Something might resonate with me and not with you, and vice versa. And that's also okay. It doesn't necessarily mean that they, are an evil or bad person. We all have different opinions and whatnot. But as you said, it's almost that kind of like division, confusion. And what I've noticed is when there's false light, and when an energy worker has per se been hijacked, what they'll do is they will convey a lot of very truthful, heartfelt information, and then in it they will put something small that will create division, confusion, something ego-based and whatnot. And you will feel it, you will recognize it on a soul level, and you'll go like, okay, this feels odd, but then maybe you'll keep on listening to, and whatnot, because it's not like the people that are channeling what they don't know that they're channeling. It's not like they're necessarily, bad people or doing bad things and whatnot. They just maybe haven't worked on specific aspects and traumas of themselves, which have attracted this type of vibration and frequency. So the information that comes through is distorted. That's the word that's been coming through to me. There's a lot of distortion in the community because people who are holding the space have not done the internal work, and as a consequence, what is coming through them isn't necessarily for the highest alignment of all. It's an experience, and it's serving its purpose, like everything, so there is no judgment for it, because it is what it is, but it can create confusion and division, as you explained.
Yes, of course. Very beautiful explained. Yeah, what I tell my community is when the truth comes through from the prime creator, right? When we talk about deep love, so you are not confused, it brings you clarity. The same goes when your galactic team talks to you, you feel safe, it brings you clarity. It's like homecoming, you feel touched very deep in your heart space. Yeah, and it's a very beautiful explanation about many people that do shadow work now, right? It's like we face the darkness for real now. So even in the spiritual community, right? So all distortions, so slowly we see through it all. So, and actually it's a big salvation for us all, because we simply expand our consciousness and we rise above. So this is how I see it. And at the end, it's just about rebalance the light and the dark.
Yeah.
This is how I
the
see
polarity.
It. Yes.
The polarity. That's exactly what came through to me as well. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to lock the door.
Yeah. Wow, so many people are here. I see so many comments. Scroll through the comments now. Hi,
sorry,
everyone.
My 2-year-old wanted to come in.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I see so many comments. So many people are here. Wow, amazing.
Thank you for being here, guys.
Yes, of course. I feel you. So glad to see you together again.
Yeah,
people are grateful.
In a while.
Live beings need your permission. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because they accept our free will. They're not allowed to interrupt our free will. Yes, Akura, that helped me to detach when it doesn't feel good. Yes, that's what I do. I always just pick up what resonates with my heart. So, and I leave the rest. And I see just the energy of a person. Yeah, I see the heart. When I like a person, I don't care if a person has another opinion. So I simply like this person anyway. So because I feel when we join this confusion and this battle, it's like it feels like this is the old world. It's like we do exactly the same again, just the label changed, right? We call it light worker and awakening, but actually it's exactly the same again. This is how I see it. Yeah, and actually we just rise above everything now. It's just about to rebalance the light and the dark. Yeah, that you also find peace with your dark side. So because everyone has a dark side and a weakness, right? Or scars. But all this makes you unique. It's like you already are a very amazing person. So this is how I see it. And we simply expand, we discover more and more. And what I get for us starseeds is actually we must support each other. This is how I receive over and over the same message: unite, help each other, and support each other. So it's like when star seeds are coming together, or when we have an event, let's say, that's what I see for us in future, that we have more physical contact, that we meet each other in real on communities, events. So there's so much happening when star seeds are coming together. It's like we do so much good work together, and it's like, boom, so your consciousness shifts very strong.
Yeah. And I think well, I mean, we've been seeing it in the past, even in the past year or so, in the Starseed community online, even just on Instagram, like all the social media and, you know, everyone connecting, communicating, opening up more, doing these lives and these things together. We've all been guided in the same direction, you know, the ones who are doing the work, we all, and to me, it's very beautiful because every time I experience and I take an experience with you, we also learning from each other. Do you know what I mean? We're activating each other, we're learning from each other, we're communicating, we're connecting, and we're offering obviously both of our vibrations to the collective. I do believe that obviously it's important to be mindful also, you know, what you say, what you do, what you're sharing. But I think that because of where we're going as a collective, and also I think to an extent because of the experiences that we get put through, what is not meant for us will not, it's not going to work.
Yes, of course it's not going to work, or you simply detach from it. It's like your entire beliefs, it's all crumbling now. It's really not working. Even when you try to hold on, you just manifest chaos. It's just chaos. Nothing works, and it's so stressful. It's like you suffer so hard. It's like you really must let go of the old beliefs. So actually it's the biggest salvation, because we are guided back now to our divine blueprint. So we understand now why we are here. So I know so many starters, they slowly realize their purpose too. So what is my purpose? What is my gift? It's like maybe you believed you already know what your divine purpose is, but now it's like life is pushing you so much now to see what it really is. It's like you are guided, but you must follow the signs as well and surrender.
You're guided, but you also need to surrender. So you need to take action, but surrender at the same time.
Yes, of course. Life is coming always back to you. For example, so I bought a microphone for my podcast. Okay, I tried for Instagram. So, and in the package, do you know what was laying there? Advertisement for vocal teaching. It's no joke.
Oh.
And I already was thinking about it many weeks ago. Yes, actually, I want to do vocal teaching. I want to train my vocal skills. And then really there was an advertisement laying in the box about online vocal teaching, and even classical opera singers, they offer their services there. It's no joke. So it's like, this is what I call synchronization. It's like I was thinking about it, I already received a message, and now it becomes manifest. Yeah, I just bought this microphone, and now I see this advertisement laying in the box. This is how it works.
That's how quickly it works. That's how quickly you shift into the timeline if you're in a space of surrender, if you're in a space of detachment, if you're in a space of compassion, and if you're in a space of non-judgment towards the self and towards other. You want to try and always stay as neutral as possible. Obviously you want to feel your emotions, you need to feel them, you need to move through them, but you don't want to attach them, you don't want to wallow in them. Okay, feel it, allow it, release it, and let it go. Don't let it take over you, you know what I mean? So a lot of people struggle, they don't understand how the manifestation works. Oh, but I want it and this. But if you try to manifest and align from a space of lack, it's not going to come. You need to be neutral. You don't have attachment to the vocal singing. Like, okay, you would like it. You thought about it, but it's not like, oh my God, I need to have it. Do you know what I mean? If I don't have it, I'll be upset. You don't.
Yes. It's like you're just like water. It's like you simply flow.
Yeah.
And so much is coming back to you always. Yes. The same goes to Instagram. I had no expectations. So I just received a message. Actually, I work more on TikTok, right? So and I just had the impulse, why don't I upload all the TikTok videos on my Instagram? It was just so fun. And then I was so shocked what's going on Instagram. I just uploaded my TikTok videos on Instagram. And see how big the community is now, and over and over. Yeah, I can say this from my own experience, but I had no expectations, and I just did it for fun. No expectations, just for fun. So much came back. But when I attached on it and I believed I need it, it never worked. The opposite happened. So much chaos.
Yeah.
I would never achieve this goal because I want it, right? It's like life is not flowing. It's not flowing. And it's always when I have no expectations, I just follow the joy. So many miracles are happening. It's like, and you are so happy like a child. So you cannot imagine. I laughed so hard as I saw this paper here. I still have it here. It's German, right? It was lying in the box and I laughed so hard. This cannot be right.
Now you know.
Yes, now I know. Yeah, it's always the same. I mean, life is also making many surprises. I mean, when we would already know everything, I mean, life would be very boring. So this is how I see it. It's like, so it helps you also to express your inner child. So when miracles are coming to you as well.
Yeah. Feel the joy, feel the happiness. I like to try and constantly stay in a space of gratitude, because if you're always grateful, then you already have everything that you need. So you automatically put yourself in a state of abundance, which is of receiving everything that you need, you know. Abundance is having, you know, I'm thirsty, I've got water, I'm hungry, I have food, you know what I mean? So I like to actually start my morning with gratitude practices, just to help me be in that space throughout the day. And I must say, like, having a child has taught me a lot of patience. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching here who have children as well. You know what I'm speaking about. It's a whole different part of the self, I would say, a whole different like learning as well. But yeah, like the patience, the gratitude, the compassion, that's what will keep you in flow. That's what's going to keep you in alignment, and that's also what's going to help you detach. If someone gets upset or angry with you or whatnot, don't get angry back. Thank them for their anger. You know, maybe they have something to release. Maybe they got triggered. Maybe there was a lesson there for them. You know what I mean? This is a perfect example. This happened to me now when I was in Milano. I was in Italy, and I hadn't been in Europe for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere. I grew up in Milano. I grew up in Italy. So I was very familiar. But since my big awakening and change of perspective and whatnot, I hadn't been in Europe. So I didn't know what I was walking into. Like, I was like, okay, well, I don't remember, like, the last time I was in Europe, I had just started waking up, and I remember seeing reptilians in the underground, and I remember seeing beings, but I didn't have the knowledge and understanding that I have now. I had the vision, but I didn't really understand as well, you know. But anyway, long story short, I was in a taxi going home. And the taxi driver, there was a girl on the bicycle next to the taxi driver, and I think the girl on the bicycle was, I don't know, a little bit out of her lane or something. He pulled down the window and he started shouting at her, like rude, like shouting, like saying, like, oh, you know, what the hell are you doing, like swearing, you know. Not like super aggressive, but he wasn't nice. Like, it wasn't nice, you know. And I didn't say anything because I was like, I'm not gonna get into this, like, I don't want to, you know. But then he starts asking me, like, yes, am I right, and looking for confirmation for how he acted. And I was actually like, actually no. And then I was like, okay guys, do you want me to work? Fine, okay, I'll work even now in the taxi as I'm going home after my dinner, thank you. So I said to him, actually, I said to him, you could have said that in a nicer way. I mean, if I was the girl on the bicycle, the last thing I'm going to do is listen to you if you tell me in that way. Do you know what I mean? And I said, you know, you could have been more compassionate and whatnot. And then he took me home, and he said, yeah, actually, he was like, you know, my kids say the same to me. He was like in his 50s, and he stopped the taxi, and I got off, and he got off, and he said, he was like, thank you for pointing that out for me. I hadn't realized. I think, you know, maybe driving every day and just got him triggered and whatnot. Was like, thank you so much for putting it in perspective. I really appreciate. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. You know, that's just like a small thing, you know, but that's how you can hold space for someone, even if it's someone that you don't know.
Of course.
Do it with family members, do it with other people that are close to you.
Especially when you are fully centered, you what I noticed too, then you can talk to people many times. When you are fully centered and grounded, and you just speak straight, so many people are really listening, and they start to think about their actions, but it just works when you're fully centered, when you are not afraid. So even not are in a conflict, that you are not afraid of being in a conflict or whatever. So many times it works. Yes. amazing that he reacted this way, that he said also thank
Yeah.
you for pointing
Oh,
this
I
out.
was
Amazing.
surprised also. Yeah, I was not expecting it. I said, I'm just gonna speak my truth,
Mm,
and it doesn't matter what happens or what doesn't happen. I mean, what can you do? Do you know what I mean? We'll have a disagreement. And in the beginning, he was almost trying to convince me, and then he was actually like, no, actually, like, you're right.
mm,
So yeah, it was beautiful to see. But as you said, yeah, if you and I had no attachment in the situation. So this is important because
mm.
I didn't care what he thought. I didn't have any attachment. It's going to be harder if it's your family member because you
Yeah.
have attachment.
Yeah, you are her of attachment. Yes, of course, of course. I fully understand. Yeah, it sounds great what you did. Yeah, I think it's a good advice for people because many star seeds are also afraid to place boundaries or to set a boundary. So especially when it's about your family or your beloveds, right? Because many star seeds believe, oh, they are not in love or not in peace any longer. But it's the other way around. It's like you say a yes to yourself. So sometimes, yes, we must place a boundary as well. And as you did it, you just stated out your point of view and not more. So, and you let the people, so you don't attach on them or you don't have any expectations, right? Because many times we have expectations or we have this deep wish that the people would change. So when I share my point of view, maybe they would change. Maybe I can help them, right? Save them. But the people, they react intuitive when they feel they cannot be free. It's that actually we don't let them free as well when we have expectations. Or when we have this deep wish, right? They must change. So they feel it and yeah, it's like they react. It's like they mirror you also. Yeah, and it's like this conflict, it grows. Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I did always was I simply detached from people and I just sent them energies like, you're okay just the way you are. So and I just let them. So and I detach from it. This is what I do. So when I have conflicts with others, so I simply also state my point of view and then I detach and I have no expectations. So even when it's my own family, I don't expect anything. So 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 this is the easiest way I feel to set a boundary, because many of us, we want to please the people, right? Or we want to help and save humanity. Right? We have this deep wish because we see very clear the problem. So why is this person behaving this way? It's like we see the layers and the blockages. So, and then we have this deep wish, oh, we can help them, or when I explain to them, maybe they will understand me, right? And then you already attach on them. And then you start to work as an energetic sponge. And it's like all
Yeah.
these energies, it becomes suddenly yours. It's like now you feel the same way. You are depressed, you have negative thoughts,
Yeah.
and then you create the same life. It's the
Yeah.
same
I
circumstance.
think a lot of people expect people to react, they would react, but it comes to an understanding that people are people and they're not going to react like you want them to or like you would react. And I know because I had to also, like with my family members, like I had to explain, especially to my mom. She's so lovely, but she gets very attached sometimes, and then people are not in the way she would think they were, and then she gets upset. And it's like, no, people are people. Once you come to an understanding of that, all you can do is really just be in your truth. That's all you can do. Be in your truth, stay heart-centered, and as you said, yes, detach, and send love and just carry on your own way. But it is harder with family members, as we said. But I think once you understand, and I think once you come to an understanding of how the other people think, because you can see it from an objective perspective, then you don't even really get upset,
Yeah.
because you can understand why they react in the way that they react, or why they speak in the way that they speak, or why they act in the way that they act. So I think that's where our work kind of lies as space holders, for the community, is being in that neutral space, not being triggered, having firm boundaries. I mean, if you forgive, it doesn't mean you forget. If someone has harmed you, you don't have to go and become best friends with them, but forgive them, and let it go.
Of course, and always trust the first impulse you have. So don't do it because you believe you have to do it. So just be honest with yourself, because your soul already tells you what to do, our impulse. And when you feel, oh no, this contact, it really drains my energy, so then trust that feeling and taking action. But when you feel, yes, I like this person, I want to be in peace with this person, or I try to contact this person again, and your heart tells you so, do it. This is what I feel, yes. And what happens, we will see. It's like we all go through our experiences and we are all learning. So we are all in this. So, and I see the same, to hold the space, yes, is very important these times. I mean, I see many people here in Germany, sometimes I talk about it in my live streams too, they are really hopeless. Really, it's like they lost their hope, they lose
Where
the
are you in
standard.
Germany? In Berlin?
South,
Okay.
south of Germany. Yeah, Switzerland, Austria, this area. Yes, yes. So yeah, and I do the same. So I just observe. So because I see every person is in another state of consciousness. So I see it more this way. Everyone is in another consciousness level, if you will. And that just be the change I want to see in the world. So I mean, I do social media. So I mean, I express my soul the best I can do right now. So when people have questions, they come to us. We had this for a couple of days ago. Marcel and me, we were in the organic market and we talked about juice. Yeah. And we talked about it. Do we want to buy it or not? Oh, actually, this juice, this tastes too good. And next to us, there was a customer and she was listening to us. And then she was curious suddenly and she asked for the same juice. And then she bought it too because she was inspired by us. But Marcel and me, we were just talking about this juice, this fruit juice. And then she said, oh, that sounds interesting. Yes, I buy it too.
Yeah.
So they come to you. So when they have questions and you are just be the change, so they come to you and they will have questions. So I had it many times. So when I spend time in the organic market or whatever, when people are curious, it's like they ask you, right? Or they ask you, or they suddenly do the same.
We lead by example. I've noticed, it's so funny because I've noticed also people tend to just like fluctuate in your auric field and they don't know why and they just want to like kind of be next to you, you know what I mean? And I've also seen the other part where people cannot actually be in your frequency because of their vibration. I did find a lot of density in Europe. Like I really felt the density as soon as I landed in Milano. Switzerland, I found a little bit less dense actually. I was in Switzerland for a bit as well, and also up in the mountains was nicer. Paris, very dense as well. I was in Paris for a bit. A lot of people, I don't know. I hadn't been in 4 years, but I found a lot of people, very stuck. Very stuck, very rude, actually, as well. Very, ego-based, I guess, you know, very, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't shocked, but I was also a bit like, okay, if I'd ever consider moving back in Europe, probably not. Do you know what I mean? Seeing the situation. If you go outside the city is better, but the density of the city itself and because I tuned into it as soon as I landed, I tuned into it. And what I picked up is the smoking and the actual smog and pollution itself is keeping the vibration stuck. It's almost like it's creating a blockage over it for the ones who aren't, you know, obviously not the people who are here listening to us, the people who are still very deep in the program, they're being kept there. That's also program itself, this kind of like smog pollution, smoking and whatnot. So that was quite interesting.
Smoke pollution, I also see it looks like a very dark cloud. A very dark cloud is covering center of Europe. And it's like there's almost no light coming through. And I feel it's also the people, right? I feel it is our story. I mean, in Germany, you have the Second World War. So, and this comes so strong up here, even in Austria, right? So the story. So, because we are in a similar energy dynamic again, right? That people want to stand up, they want to speak up, then they are afraid to be labeled as a Nazi. You know, it is almost the same again. And what I also see is energetically that every country has its own trauma, if you will, own trauma, own story, and all this darkness is coming up again. So in every country, they have their own story, their own trauma, and it happens so much. It's like we are all healing and purging from everything. So, and here in Germany, you have the Nazi, you know, and the Second World War, that people are afraid here, to speak.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah, even in Italy, we had obviously the Second World War. and the fascism and things like that. And Italy has the Catholic Church, which I think is really keeping it stuck in its aspect as well. I found that as I got there, they grounded me so much. Like my grounding was like 10 times more than what it is here. Maybe because here I live in nature and it's okay. I don't have to be like I ground. Obviously, I'm grounded, but there it was like I was walking around with like a huge tourmaline in my pocket or on me. You know what I mean? It was like I was carrying this like this anchored groundedness because I was also doing work there. So obviously like I had to be. So I just thought that was very interesting how my own vibration shifted to adapt to what was happening and to what I was seeing. And I found myself a lot of times to really just send love to a lot of people, more than what I would do here, I guess. Because I felt like it was needed. But it was a very, very interesting experience. And yeah, there's a lot going on. And as you said, each country has its own karmic experience to balance, I guess, karma to neutralize. Perhaps this is also what came through to me recently as well, this core abandonment wound that all the starseeds, well, everyone has, but the starseeds feel it more because it's the core abandonment wound of the separation from source. And then that still needs to be healed. And then most of us were there in the Atlantean timelines, so those are coming up to be cleared and healed. So there's really, I think this year is gonna be a lot.
I feel too. It will be intense.
Yeah.
So, do you receive pictures? What? Because many people talk about events. So in the year 2023.
Yeah, so I just received a lot of timeline shifts. I tend to not really tune into general events because the timelines are changing so quickly that for me it's better to just, okay. What I got last year was a lot of lightning. I do think there's obviously going to be like, you know, earthquakes and fires and things like that just because of the earth clearing its own karma as Mother Gaia is doing. But other than that, I try, unless, you know, it comes, I try to not go there just because I also don't want to influence what is going to happen. Because by me saying, oh, there's going to be a fire, then people are going to think it's going to happen, and then they're going to create it
together, right? We are very strong and sovereign.
Exactly.
Yes, I see the same. I also cannot tell the people what happens this year. General events, impossible, because the timelines are always changing. We are on a very lightful timeline, and then you believe tomorrow everyone will wake up, right? So everyone is in 5D now tomorrow, and then 1 hour later, oh my gosh, the people will never wake up. It's like always this up and down, so you cannot say what happens for real. But there's definitely so much more happening behind the scenes. I mean, we all feel it. So I feel actually the energy of Earth is increasing. So when I spend time in nature, you can feel it so clear. So the frequency is rising and it's increasing. And you see also the animals that go with the shift. So I also see that many animals and their behavior is changing. Do you notice the same? So I see with birds, so they changed dogs and cats.
So I've got cats and dogs at home. I must say, yes, I've actually been seeing the birds differently. Now that you pointed out, yes, it's almost like they're almost closer. I'm feeling them closer, like they come closer, they communicate and connect more.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed compared to last year and the year before. Now that you're mentioning, thank you for pointing that out because I'll pay attention to it. And I feel almost like my one dog has almost become a bit smarter.
Oh.
Wow. My cats have always worked with me, so with them they kind of like stayed the same because they've always been very active and very working with me. The one dog's a puppy, so we're gonna see when she grows up. But the other dog, which is like 2 years old, something's definitely changed, and I'm seeing him also clearing on a karmic level. These are my family animals, so they clear for the family. But I've seen him clear energetically on a karmic level for us as well. So he's had like an injury, and then he had like a skin thing and whatnot. So they're going through their own thing as well.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, because that's what I noticed. So when I spend time in nature, I feel the birds very strong. So their behavior is changing, even butterflies and dragonflies. So last year, so crazy. It's like you are a magnet for them. It's like boom, over and over butterflies, boom, and dragonflies, or bees, honeybees too. So the same. It's like, yeah, there's definitely so much happening behind the scenes. And what I also feel is frequency is first. I mean, the material plane needs time, right, to follow the frequency. And when you feel already that the frequency of Earth is changing and it's getting lighter, definitely, so you know what happens. So the material plane must follow the frequency. Yeah. There's no other way.
Yeah, it has to, yeah. There's no choice, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's already going in that direction anyway. So I think, yeah, I think the best for everyone is just to really stay in your light. And with your light, lead others. You don't even have to do anything. Just be an honest, good, and open human. Like, that's how I see it. Like, you know what I mean? Be in the heart. You don't have to, like, obviously, if you want to go out and help and heal people and do this, do it. Like, I'm not saying don't do it, but you even just by being here now and connecting with us, you are assisting. So I think it's important that, you know, you give yourself the credit. Like, I'm speaking to everyone, like, who's watching, like, guys, give yourself the credit. Like, you've come far. If you're here, you are the ones in the front lines. We are the ones, like, in the front line, like, leading, you know, this vibration, this frequency, and be gentle with yourselves.
Of course, you are needed, guys.
Yeah.
Because what happens when you are depressed now, or when you feel beyond exhausted, it's like, what happens? So nothing happens. That's what I told my community for a couple of days ago. Don't take it always so seriously. So when I feel I see things too seriously, because we are all in this, right? Do you know what I do? I just jump around and I dance and I sing. So and I just laugh about myself.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's what I do in the morning. Yeah. This is how I practice gratitude at the moment. So I wake up in the morning, I go into my bathroom and so I start to dance. And I listen to very crazy songs.
Of course. You have to.
Yeah. So it's also a good tool to increase the vibration, guys. Do very crazy things. So as I recorded this video, I was laying so straight like this, you know. I recorded this video on Instagram, right? So there were a few people, they saw me. So what is she doing? This one. It's a very easy tool to shine, guys, and to increase your vibration as well. That's what I do also when I feel now I take things too seriously again. So I start to laugh, because all you have is this one moment. Because people, right, that they many times they give also the power away, even to these general events. And I mean, many times these predictions not became real on the material plane too. And it's like that many people were just disappointed, right? So the reason is timelines are always changing. It's not easy to do predictions for real at the moment. And on the other hand, I feel the current process is that we learn to appreciate this one moment, because we really have not more. So we don't know what happens tomorrow. So we just have this one moment. And many times we take things too seriously. We expect too much. We wait for the next hero, right, to save us. So it's like we always give our power away, but it's us. So I mean, our team and the Prime Creator, they all believe in you. They see you. They see that you are sovereign and strong.
For sure. Shall we do a little bit of light language?
Yes, we can do.
What do you think? What do you think, guys? Do you want us to do a little bit of clearing?
Yeah, I see laughter and joy. The comments here.
Yeah.
Just laughing smileys. Miracle is happening only in the now, I see.
Yeah, be in the now, guys. Be present in the now.
Yes, smileys. So many people are here. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Yeah.
Learn to appreciate this moment. Yes, of course, there's really not more. So, I mean, and when you receive a message or when your heart tells you, do it, just do it. So don't judge yourself too much.
Yeah.
And simply
There's
do it.
no, guys, there's no wrong, only lessons. There's no wrong in life ever, only lessons. If you do something and then you don't like it or it doesn't go how you want it to go, then you don't do it again, but you've learned a lesson.
Yes, we receive a few comments now. They say, yes, please.
Yeah, they
They
want,
appreciate
I would
light
imagine.
language healing. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to open up. Taiki rotro triateca isianara, nrei matuna ishiatekau ishiatraiotroatieta kriasira. This will help with clearing fear. Tara iechiroateka. Nian marat reotokor ratrietka iesoroatriateca no ieshmatieno roatriatri. Triatekuarea sie nraio reateca roatri anmiena rasiera. Treotokuk akrero ia ishiek natroakrek aroat mriatek araisirate rai. Releasing, opening, structures, opening, anchoring, more light, divine rays, activating structures, calling in codes of self-love, self-trust. Karo ishir maratro atikiera takra. Nreo tokua niena roaya ishira teraisa, expanding, opening structures, anchoring into blueprint, pulling in divine rays, coming in, anchoring. Chaya te ano toko ratia kiara ishira marato rororororo. Neo shua te aisia na takara isira takara otoro. Let's go. Let go. Yeah, a lot of you are still holding on. You're holding on for family members as well. Karo ishira takra for others. Kara ishiro tokura ishira takra. Nrai maria ishira tekarroa tekanoroa ishira tiesas misoroateka. Tieta kriktana triata opening, heart center, cooling in, divine rays, anchoring, more light. Shaina taratia te ishe otomana inchianata. Nchianata karatrie tokua kiera takria te kara ishira takre. Trek, natrokoroate te aikish masanati. Nia tokua raishe nataka yachiro atekra. Trek roat kiet matasie. Nran roatek aishe takrieta krasira. Believe in yourselves. Kara ishiro tokuma ichianataka. Ntao shirata, compassion, love, more love, anchoring, letting go. I'm clearing. It's almost like some of you have this kind of like almost veil sort of, I don't know, veil, like a layer box around your heart that's actually stopping you from feeling completely and deeply and trusting yourselves in the heart center. It's kind of like a protection thing that some of you have been have put on because of traumas that you've had in the past. It's actually very interesting. I've seen these kind of like structures before, but generally they're around the cranial structure, not the heart. Maybe it's also a metaphor. They're literally making me dismantle this thing. Okay, I'm gonna pass you on to Sandra.
Open your heart. Open your heart and release. love. Open your heart and break free. Live for you. Detach, ksheneshele sanata kiri sanata kamuvua atiki haikimi kiu kutumuk ariki shisha lafanasiki tukuya kusikuya. You are allowed to speak. Open your throat. Ksana keshile teki sikiri kuno tukutukutuku makashe keshili siki. Baivu tukumak arika aktukutukutik tekasakati shikata morata katakataka ik tuktukutukutukutuksa. Banata fasuk shukatuamadaki yasana kasa. Open your throat chakra. Let's shiki anataki rika sunukusu kutukutukutukutukutu. You are welcome here. Kshulasa da kita ahui kikana tukutukusi yasana takisiki takuasha. The Prime Creator loves you. Talk. You're allowed to speak. Shiksikasa anatiki ayusu. Bavu tukurik ik. Asunu shikshu kukorak aktang naktakte ikisanatikisaya. Ground. Inask solutionikisaya. Tirionosa kataya sekishikishua. Bayusuku o kok o het elite amua hasekishikishiorata. You are sovereign. Ekia raikua hanakt ik sua. To shine is your birthright. Sikshiyala Sanatic area, Muko, ground. You're welcome here. Sikisi Shiatomokorota. Hakiat she is an elitesu atakashaki uhopasi. Thank you so much.
Whoa. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you so much as well, sister. You're doing an amazing job.
That was very, very powerful. So much work on the heart center, so much self-love, self-trust. And I don't know if you saw what I was seeing when I was opening that cage that I saw. Yeah, it was very interesting. And then as it went through to you, you just expanded and opened up more.
I also saw a cage. Interesting that you pointed out too, because I saw the same. It was a cage and I saw like a phoenix or a bird, like just break free and starts to fly. Yes, amazing. Yeah, and I felt your energy it grounded me a lot. So really, it was like, now I'm safe, I'm strong, I'm sovereign. So this is what I received. Like, whoa, I'm strong like a tree. So I'm safe. So I'm supported. I'm not alone. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I see all the comments already.
Yes.
Throat chakra, people I see, her purging and healing. Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. You're also awesome.
Thank you guys for being here. Hey, thank you so much. Good. Someone said they're crying. Good. You must release. I'll probably keep on purging for a while myself as well. I felt also in the back, in the spinal column. So if you guys also feel in the back like things releasing, because I know a lot of people struggle with back pains, carrying weight for others and things like that. That's something also that came through. But yeah, I guess thank you for being here. Is there anything you want to add? Maybe just tell them your services and what it is that you offer. And I'm also going to close off just with a few things that I'm offering with this coming year. Yeah.
Thank you so much for inviting me to your live stream. Yes, I offer starseed readings too. So you'll find my website even in my bio on my Instagram channel, Official Akura. So I do starseed readings and light code activations. I also offer meditations to download. Yes, and I expand as well. Let's see what happens in future. I see something will happen with my website as well, with my services soon. Yeah. But this is what I do at the moment. Yeah.
I've also So I had to change a little bit. I'm offering a new service that they sent me last year where I'm assisting with healing the Atlantean and Lemurian timelines.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a specific service. So if you guys are interested in, it's a specific service with codes from back there to assist here now. So that's something new that I'm offering in this coming year. And then for me, my usual, I still have my 6-week program up, my 6-month program. I've got a channeling masterclass coming up on the 3rd of February. I still have a few tickets left for that. I only take 12 people because I give everyone individual attention. So guys, if you want to get onto that, yeah, I've got 2-3 tickets left. You can find, again, all my website link in my bio. And then I've got my collective healing coming up on the 12th of February, only $12, 45 minutes of channeled light language. It really helps in supporting me. It's very little amount for you, and you get 45 minutes of energy work done on you. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. I will probably be live again in the weekend.
Of course, yeah, like that. People already ask, come live back again. They say, come back together soon.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll come on you.
Yes, of course, of course.
We will definitely be connecting again soon. Yeah, we had a bit of a break because I was traveling, and I think December was
crazy. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. Yeah, November was hard. December was hard. So much healing and purging, really crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, December was difficult. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you also very much.
And yeah, have a blessed day to everyone. I love you. I see you. I appreciate you from my heart to yours. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Ciao. Tschüss.